What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. We're back here today with another offseason rebuild as we're talking about the other team eliminated from the conference championship weekend in the AFC, that being the Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen and the Bills were once again eliminated by the Kansas City Chiefs in the AFC playoffs, whether it's been the AFC Divisional, the AFC Championship. It has happened, I believe, 4 times now to Josh Allen and the Bills. And you got to feel for them. This is actually the final team eliminated from the playoffs as well. And after this, we can revisit some of the other teams we haven't done that never made it. So let's go ahead and jump in and do a Buffalo Bills offseason rebuild in Madden 25. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like on this one and subscribe if you're new to this channel. As always, greatly appreciated. Like I said, man, Josh Allen and the Bills, if they were in the NFC, maybe they would have already won the Super Bowl, but unfortunately, they just keep running into Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs, and they just can never get it done. I think he's beaten him in the regular season a bunch of times, but in the playoffs, he just can't get the best of Mahomes. And Dalton Kincaid had a chance to continue that drive as they brought a corner blitz, and unfortunately Kincaid did not come up with the catch, and that was all she wrote for Josh Allen and the Bills. Really unfortunate to have lost again to them, but without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this bad boy. So we don't have much cap space. That's one thing that already sticks out to me. So like Amari Cooper, for instance, I think we might let him go. The Bills traded a 3rd round pick to get him, but he really wasn't used that much whatsoever. And I get it, this offense spreads the ball around a lot, but it definitely makes me question whether or not they'd really want to keep him. So I don't think I'm going to spend this a little amount of money that we have on Amari Cooper. I think I'd rather invest that in a better wide receiver. I like Amari Cooper, but clearly he is not the same Amari Cooper from the Raiders or, a little bit on the Cowboys too. And obviously Cleveland, he had some good things going too. But since he's got to Buffalo, hasn't really been the target monster that he's been in the past. So Rasul Douglas is a free agent, which I definitely think I want to keep him around. And then Matt Collins is an interesting person in real life, but I don't think I'm going to re-sign him here. So $34 million in cap space. We have to be very careful with how we spend this money. I know Ty Johnson was a big part of what the Bills did. DeMar Hamlin obviously is a big story too, but him being a 72 overall, I'm not really sure I want to spend the money to keep him. But I do want to keep Rasul Douglas. We got to keep one of our corners because obviously Teron Johnson and Christian Benford are great, and Akira Elam is also a free agent too. So do we want Elam or do we want Rasul Douglas is the question, because they're both free agents. They're both, oh, that's a 5th-year option, actually. You know what? I actually think we might let Rasul Douglas walk and just rock with Mr. Kier Earlem then. I'm probably saying that name incorrectly, by the way, but whatever. DeMar Hamlin, like I said, I'm going to let go. I am going to resign. Actually, no, we're not. We have Ray Davis as a backup. I know they use Ty Johnson quite a bit, so I actually don't think we're going to resign any of these guys. I actually kind of want to let this cap space roll over into free agency. We can take a look at the lineup after we've not let anybody or not resign anybody. I know there's going to be a wide receiver need, but I need to see what else this team truly needs. So here is what the lineup is currently looking like. So the offensive line could be better, but it's not horrible. It's not horrible. It could be better, but it's not terrible. Dalton Kincaid, Dawson Knox, I can rock with as our tight ends. Keon Coleman, and then Khalil Shakir and Curtis Samuel. It's not a bad wide receiver core by any means, but obviously there's no solidified number 1. I like Shakir, but I'd prefer if he was the number 2. And then Keon Coleman, they drafted him. They obviously had a chance to draft Xavier Worthy. They passed on that and drafted Coleman instead. Don't really know what his ceiling will truly be. I know he was a pretty good, he had some bright spots this rookie season, but nobody that I'm confident saying, okay, he could be the number 1 going forward. But maybe he does become that. We'll see. You just never know. Defensively, you have Bishop at free safety, Taylor Rapp, obviously at the strong safety, Matt Milano, Terrell Bernard, Williams, AJ Espinosa. So yeah, this team actually on defense, I may not touch a single thing. I might get a better free safety, especially Javon Holland's interested and he's in there in free agency. Maybe a better D tackle wouldn't be the worst thing either. But offensively, I think we have more needs on that side of the ball, funny enough. So let's go take a look to kind of see what we could sign in free agency. We can also take a look to see if there's any players that are old and just making a ton of money that we could cut away. So we might look into that as well. I know we're not gonna have a 3rd round pick because of the Amari Cooper trades. We definitely have to keep that in mind. Josh Allen is obviously not gonna be cut. We're not cutting Ed Oliver. We could cut Daquan Jones to save $5.5 million, but I'll probably hang on to him for now. So let's just go see what free agency is looking like and what we can design here. Obviously not a ton of money to work with, so we got to be very careful with who we throw our money at. So as I kind of mentioned, not a ton of money to work with, so this is what we're offering right now. I don't think we're going to get all 3 of these guys. I think we're probably only going to get 2 of 3 or maybe even 1 of 3. But Trayvon Moehrig is my number 1 priority here to replace that free safety position. I think he'd be a pretty solid addition to this defense. Trying to get Deshaun Wharton as well, and then Brandon Sheriff, wouldn't be a bad starter to have this year. So we'll see if we can get 2 of 3 or all 3. So we get Trayvon Moehrig, and I'll see if Sheriff decides to sign with us as well. and he does not. So we only get 1 of 3, which honestly to me is totally fine because I actually want to explore the idea of maybe trading so we can leave our money open a little bit. $24 million. So we got our starting free safety, if I could freaking speak. So starting free safety, Trayvon Mulrig, I think is a pretty solid addition. But we definitely need to get, like I said, a wide receiver 1 in my opinion, and then improve all that we can through the draft. So we need to take advantage of our number 2 overall pick. So we're going to see what is available to us in the draft, and then depending on what's on the board, we'll probably make a trade if needed, because if there's not good value on the board, then I'm not going to waste my time. We're just going to trade it for a number 1 wide receiver or offensive lineman or something. Now, before we jump into the draft, one thing I did notice, which I didn't realize earlier, is that I think Von Miller retired on us. So losing Von Miller maybe hurt us just a tad bit, but it's all good at the end of the day. Not much we can do about it now. So we actually have 2 second-round picks. I don't know exactly remember why they... I have no idea why they have 2 second-round picks. I really couldn't tell. Oh, probably from the Stephon Diggs trade, duh. So Stephon Diggs trade, obviously, probably netted them an extra second. So we're going to be picking number 30 overall, and we'll see what's on the board. And if I don't like anything, as I mentioned, we might look into a trade. So let's see what is available to us. If there's a good wide receiver to take, there's a good corner. Like, we're going to look into all of that. So Benjamin Morrison of Notre Dame is great, but probably won't go that direction. We have Donovan Jackson, who I've taken a couple times already, so probably won't go with him either. We got Princely out of Ole Miss. Probably won't go that direction. We got Trayvon Henderson. No, we don't need that. We already have our running back. All right, so what about wide receivers? What do we have as far as wide receivers are concerned? So Trey Harris, Tez Johnson, Jaden Higgins. Okay, so we could take Trey Harris out of Ole Miss, and he could be kind of the wide receiver we rely on. But to me, we need to make sure like we are getting somebody that's proven, and that is my goal here. So as much as we could draft a wide receiver, I want to get someone. We did that last year with Keon Coleman, and it was fine, but I want somebody who's going to make an impact immediately. So I am all but okay with trading this first-round pick if it nets me a wide receiver and an extra pick if we need to as well. So we're going to pause this draft, and we're going to go make an aggressive move immediately because we need to get Josh Allen his wide receiver 1. We had it when we had Stephon Diggs. Obviously, some things happen behind the scenes. So when we Diggs, we'll be going after somebody else. There's 3 wide receivers I'm looking at. Let's start with the first one that was kind of talked about apparently if Aaron Rodgers comes back, and that is Garrett Wilson. Now, I do want to acknowledge that the odds of the Jets trading Garrett Wilson in the division is probably very slim, which is why I kind of want to steer away from this one for the most part. Although I think Garrett Wilson would be a great addition, I think it's unrealistic. Like, I don't think Garrett Wilson is getting traded to begin with. I don't even know why that was a report, but it was. But I don't think the Jets would trade him in the division. That sounds kind of asinine. It's happened before. Like, TJ Hawkinson obviously was traded in the division, but just don't see that being the case. The other one that I kind of found interesting, well, this one's interesting too. Cooper Kupp. There's been a lot of talk about Cooper Kupp's future in, obviously, LA. So would the Bills line up for that? That could be an interesting one. But I also kind of like the idea of DK Metcalf. There is some rumors about that as well. So I think this is where we're going to start. I don't trade for DK, and I don't think I really ever have. And I don't know if Seattle would trade him. But if somehow the Bills could get DK Metcalf, that's exactly the kind of receiver I'd want to pair with Josh Allen. So I'm more than okay with trading a first and a second and seeing if the Seahawks would be down for this. I don't know if they would be, but our second round pick next year and our first round pick in this draft, let's see what they say. Very close to getting them to accept this. So let's say we trade our 4th rounder, and let's just try a 4th rounder first and foremost. And that is going to get the trade to go through. So just like that, we're going to be starting this video with DK Metcalf on the roster, which I really love. So instead of, re-signing Amari Cooper, we go DK Metcalf going forward, and now we'll be drafting with these next 2 picks. But I wanted to get Josh Allen a number 1 wide receiver, and we have absolutely accomplished that. So let's go see what we can get here. Again, this is from the Stephon Diggs trade, I believe. So let's see what we got. So we got Kevin Winston. We have Judkins, Burke, Deontay Lawson, Xavier Watts, Cornelius, Mason Taylor, Ernest Green. Low-key kind of like the idea of taking an offensive lineman here. I kind of mentioned how our offensive line could use some help. We can move Ernest Green inside to maybe replace Osiris Torrance. That's what we'll do here. So 914 true value, but he is hidden dev. So we'll take that. A pass block power, a run block power. So welcome to the Buffalo Bills, Ernest Green, to kind of improve up front. And then last but not least here, picking with this last pick here, Alec goes to Washington, who I drafted in yesterday's video, funny enough. Let's see what we got here. So Denzel Burke, kind of like the idea of taking the Xavier Watts free safety. We just signed Trayvon Mulrig, which is why that's kind of steering me away. We also could take Deontay Lawson because our linebacker spot was a little weak. So I'm not opposed to it. And I think that's might be where we go with this. We could take Stutzman down here as well. But give me Deontay Lawson to replace that linebacker we had currently. I think this would probably be a good pick. Top fits, not us, but speed is elite. So give me Deontay Lawson. So I feel pretty solid about this offseason despite all of the, handicap that we had. We didn't have a ton of cap space. Not a lot to work with. But at the end of the day, we accomplished DK Metcalf, Trayvon Moehrig, and 2 decent players in the second round. So I think we're ready and geared up to go challenge the Chiefs once again. So here is the lineup for season number 1, and I'm pretty happy with this. It's Josh Allen, James Cook, Ray Davis, DK Metcalf as your wide receiver 1 with Khalil Shakir as your wide receiver 2, Keon Coleman and Curtis Samuel, Dalton Kincaid, Dawson Knox, Spencer Brown, Ernest Green, Connor McGovern, Edwards, and Deion Dawkins. Defensively, we got Trayvon Moehrig, Deontay Lawson, Bernard, Matt Milano, Taylor Rapp, Christian Benford, Greg Rousseau, DJ Jones, Ed Oliver, or Daquan Jones, my apologies, Ed Oliver, AJ Espineza, and then Teron Johnson and Elam. We also got another corners hidden dev in the background too. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about this. This team should make the playoffs. I feel like the Bills usually make it, so I don't see any disrespect coming in this first Madden sim, but I guess we'll find out. Hopefully we're in the postseason, and hopefully we can go get a damn Super Bowl for Josh Allen. We need to, man. The man deserves one. Let's make it happen in the Madden world. And just like that, at the end of year 1, we go 13-4, which feels pretty good to see. Now, funny enough, we are going to get the Bengals in round 1, who we just beat in week 18. So that should be an interesting matchup. 13-4, I usually feel like would get you enough to potentially be the first seed, but not this time. The Chiefs got it 14-3. Of course, the Chiefs had to one-up us. But hey, we don't have to deal with them in round 2. We were the 2nd seed. The Ravens are the 3rd seed, Texans. And then you got the Jets in there. So Jets made the playoffs, and the Steelers make it again. And then the 7th seed is the Bengals, who we're playing, obviously. So let's take a look at the player stats, as Josh Allen was really good. Offensively, 4th in the NFL, which is what you'd expect out of this offense. And defensively, we were 6th in the NFL. So both sides of the ball were incredible. 36-6 from Josh Allen. 5 touchdowns, 700 yards, and then 600 yards from Josh Allen as well, with 11 touchdowns on the ground. Khalil Shakir and DK Metcalf, both 1,000 yards, and then Keon Coleman almost cracked 1,000 as well. Kincaid, 7 touchdowns, which would have been awesome if you had him in fantasy last year. You know the pain of drafting him, man. I was super hyped on him. Did not work out at all, but 7 touchdowns would have felt a lot better than I believe the only 2 he got last year. Greg Rousseau really stepped up with 15 sacks, so kind of replaced Von Miller in that sense, I guess. Although I don't know if Von Miller's getting 15 sacks for the Bills, but obviously still a damn good player. Ed Oliver, 9, and then 9 from our rookie and Deontay Lawson. So awesome. 5 interceptions Bernard, and then 4 from Teron Johnson, 1 from Milano, 1 from Benford, and 1 from Joe Anderson. All right, guys, let's go ahead and jump in and play Joe Burrow and the Bengals. I mean, obviously this would be fun. I think in the past the Bengals have gotten the best of the Bills in the playoffs, so we'll see if things are different this time. Joe Burrow versus Josh Allen would be absolute cinema. Not going to lie to you. We almost got it this year. So close. Just needed the Broncos to lose week 18. Obviously, that did not end up happening. But yeah, man, it would have been awesome to see Josh Allen and Joe Burrow go one-on-one in round 1. That would have been awesome. But we get a punt to start things off. Defense obviously has been good in regular season, but the Bengals will start off 3-0. And then we get our first touchdown of the game. First one also between both teams. We got a blocked field goal of all things, and now we get the ball to start the second half, and now we're up 3-14, so that's great. And we're up 21-3. So Joe Burrow and the Bengals did not come to play, I guess, and we are going to be moving on to the division round pretty easily. So beat them 21-10, getting some good old revenge from the last time I believe these teams met in the playoffs. So let's see who will be matching up in the divisional round. Josh Allen with 233 yards and 3 touchdowns. We'll take that performance each and every time. We'll go see who's in front of us in the divisional round. And now we got ourselves a rematch from literally last year. Same round as well. Lamar Jackson versus Josh Allen in the divisional weekend once again. And we're at home once again. This time it looks like Zay Flowers will be healthy though. So maybe that changes the game. We shall find out. So let's jump in, and we start off 7-0. We get a stop on defense, but they will respond with a touchdown eventually. 14-7. But yeah, I don't expect Lamar and the Ravens to go away anytime soon here. Kind of expect them to tie the game there, but no, we are going to not. We're kind of messing around a little too much. If we can put some points on the board, we should be chilling. 7-21, and now it's 15-21 with 3 minutes left. Oh boy. Well, you know what? I think it's time for us to jump in and make sure we secure this W, because I actually really want to go play the Chiefs this year and see if we can go get the win. I don't know if they'll be there. I don't even know. I wasn't really paying attention to see if they've lost yet or anything. All we really need to do is bleed this clock. So we can do that. Oh, wow. I got no blocks at all there, but we somehow gained a yard. I'll take that over what it could have been, I guess. Maybe we need to be aggressive here now because that was not a great sight to what our passing is or what our blocking may have been so far in this game. So let's see if we can't. I have Dalton Kincaid wide open. Wow. Was not expecting him to be that open. Trying to get a spin move, but did not work out. We're about to hit the 2-minute warning here soon. And once that happens, we'll be off and running to potentially bleed this clock out. So I'm going to go stretch because clearly running up the middle did not work last time. Let's stretch this bad boy. Ooh, we might get a good angle here to stay in bounds. And did we? I don't know if we stayed in bounds. I don't think we did. No, we did not. So we can get one first down, though. And then, obviously, the clock will be at the 2-minute warning. And then the Ravens will be forced to use their timeouts. All right, let's just get one more. Ooh, okay, nice. 3rd and 3. Did not get any yard there at all. Well, we're going to go ahead and keep running this bad boy. Unless if we want to change that. No, we're going to run this twice with James Cook and just believe in him to get some yards for us. So I'm going to run this up. Ooh, oh, there it is. Oh, that's Ray Davis. But we still got the first down. That'll be their first time out used. And that's going to be close to this game being over. And of course, also, as long as we kick a field goal in, we also win the game probably because that'd make it a 9-point game. So just give me some blocks here. And that's going to be another nice run. One first down and this game is over. So let's just get that first down. We'll be moving on to the AFC Championship where I hope we'll see the Kansas City Chiefs. It looks like they'll be playing the Texans again. So it's literally a rematch from last year. I just saw at the bottom there they're going to be playing the Texans. First down, and that is your ball game. And we are going to kneel out the rest. But yeah, look, as you guys see at the bottom, as long as my screen is showing, which I believe it should be, they're playing the Texans. So it's going to be a rematch of both divisional rounds from last year. We'll go see if it'll be a rematch in the AFC Championship. Wouldn't you know it, it is exactly what it's supposed to be. It's another AFC Championship game against the Kansas City Chiefs here. Josh Allen Mahomes for the 5th time in the playoffs. Is the 5th time a charm? DK Metcalf wearing 87, by the way, is absolutely disgusting. I need to change that tomorrow, or literally yesterday. That looks horrible on him, I'm not going to lie. But we start with the football here, so we'll see if we can come out here and start off hot. We're up 7-0, but the Chiefs will respond with a field goal. And now we're up 14-3. Okay, so far so good, but we know Mahomes can get back in the game, but this is looking good so far. Josh Allen might finally get it done here, and we will. It's going to be ball game. They do nothing but put a field goal on the board, and we're going to smoke the Chiefs here 24-3. Let's go, man. What a way to win the AFC Championship game. So year number 1, we're going to get Josh Allen and the Bills in the Super Bowl, and the beautiful part is I didn't even have to change the playbook, which was awesome. So this playbook is just working. So let's get to the Super Bowl. We'll see who's there. I'm not sure who will be. Probably the Philadelphia Eagles. They always make it, but we'll see what happens. And of course, I have predicted it. It is, in fact, the Philadelphia Eagles, which this could have been our Super Bowl this year, obviously, but the Chiefs won. The Eagles took care of business in their matchup, but the Buffalo Bills, unfortunately, did not. So we get it this time. And let's see how this goes. We start off with a punt. Our defense has been incredible in these playoffs so far, by the way. We get an interception from Matt Milano. 7-0 start. So far, so good. Did we get another? Oh, that's from Zach Bond, actually. But somehow we are up 14. I don't know what happened there, but it looked like they intercepted us, but we still had the ball. I'm not sure. But 14-21. We need to score again here. There we go. 14-28. And now the Eagles will potentially get back in this game. So let's see. Okay, so 21-28. And we got the 2-minute warning, and they have 3 timeouts. So just like we did in the Ravens game, let's come out here and see if we can't put this game away and get Josh Allen a ring here. So let's see if we can do that. All right, so we're going to start off with an inside run here. Going to gain about 3. Nope, it's 2 yards. So that's going to be the first timeout used by the Eagles. So they are going to call timeouts before the 2-minute warning. Let's stretch this to the left side now and see if we can't get the edge. So let's see what happens here. Okay, I'll take that. Another nice little run. 3rd and 4. I am going to go ahead and throw this bad boy, though. Let's be aggressive. Let's not give the chance the Eagles to get the ball back. So I did change DK's number, by the way. I have no idea who's wearing 14, or I would have taken it away from them and gave it to DK, but whatever. I think 16 looks a little bit better than 87. That looked disgusting on him. For some reason, I don't know why. But you know what we do have? We have Josh freaking Allen to go ice the game away. There's technically 1 stoppage left, so the game is not technically over yet. But yeah, scrambling upfield with Josh Allen is a cheat code in itself. So let's just hand this ball off a few more times. Okay, I'm a psycho for doing this, but I try to do some crazy stuff right there. I'm not even going to lie to you. 2nd and 15. Now I put ourselves way behind the sticks, and I need to throw the ball. But I thought I could, yeah, that didn't work at all. That did not work whatsoever. We'll be celebrating this in Levi Stadium as long as I get one more first down, which I plan on doing right now. So let's go try to get this first down. And one of my favorite plays, as you guys are all aware, if you've watched these videos, tight end attack, man. Usually you get your tight end open, and they're bringing the blitz. So I think we'll have Kincaid wide open. Oh, that might be floated too long. But Kincaid this time is going to catch it. Clock is running, and that is all she wrote. We're going to... Oh, I didn't put on... I don't think I... Have I tried to put on True Clock? I don't know if I have, to be honest with you. But it doesn't matter. I'll put it on here in just a second. But man, oh man, Kincaid comes up with the catch to put this game away. In the very first season, we're going to get Josh Allen a Super Bowl ring, which feels really good. But I want to see if we can go back-to-back. Maybe even three-peat if we get another one in a row. We'll see. We do not have True Clock on, which is a mistake by me. But now it's on. Yeah, one more kneel after we... Oh, I get... Yeah, one more kneel, and then we should be in the clear to watch this team celebrate a Lombardi trophy. So I'm very happy for Josh Allen in the Madden world. He had 63 rushing yards on the ground today. Very happy for him. So that's awesome. But yeah, we're going to walk away with a Super Bowl, which feels really good. So 8 seconds left on the clock. We're not going to hike this ball. We're just going to let the clock bleed out. And that is how you start a rebuild, my friends. You get a Super Bowl for the team that needs one, man. And Josh Allen, he's a damn good quarterback. We got him one. So beat Jalen Hurts and the Eagles here. And now we get to head to next season and see if we can do it again. So we'll see if we can. And I'll see you guys there in the offseason. But for now, enjoy this one. And we'll go see what's next for us. So we are about to have a lot more cap space, which feels good. That's going to help out a ton. So can't wait to kind of see what we can do with that. I'm assuming we do have, like, I think DK is about to be a free agent again. So a lot of our money is going to go towards him. But we will resign him because we traded a first round pick to get him. So let's see what we got going on here. So yeah, DK Metcalf is here. Greg after a really good season needs to be resigned to. Benford needs, yeah. We're about to, oh boy. I don't even know if we're going to be able to resign everybody. This is going to be a tough pill to, probably going to have to cut somebody if I had to guess. Because man, there is a lot of players to resign here. Or of course, we're going to structure contracts too. Like you can always do that. So you can save money by cutting Josh Allen or Deion Dawkins or Spencer Brown or Ron Johnson or Dawson Knox. But Dawson Knox, it might be in our best interest to save $7 million there by cutting Dawson Knox. But what I think I'll do instead is I'll try to... let's do this. I mean, we're basically going all in on a second season anyway to go back-to-back. But this is going to free up $30 million by restructuring Josh Allen. So let's do it. That should be all we need. If I had to guess, that gives $100 million to try to resign everybody here. Because there's a lot of guys to resign, as you guys can see. DK Metcalf, we cannot screw around with. We have to give him as much money as he wants because we can't afford to lose him, man. So let's just, give him his money. And, well, that didn't work at all. Franchise tagging would cost us $42 million. But honestly, guys, I'm going to go ahead and do it. I don't care. Greg Rosso, I do want to keep around too. And this one should be a little bit easier to keep him. He was actually interested in signing here. So he'll stick around, which is nice. But still a lot of money to spend. Christian Benford, going to be quite a bit of money going towards him, and he's going to stick around. James Cook, I don't think we can afford to lose, and I do want to keep Khalil Shakir as well. James Cook is important to keep, and he does stay. And boom, now we're running into a money problem again. Now, Kincaid's just a fifth-year option, so that's good at least. Kier Elam, probably. Bernard, I want to keep. AJ. We're going to lose our starting center. Damn, man. Holy moly, we're about to lose quite a bit of talent. But we're going to go restructure some more contracts, man. I want to keep this roster together for the most part, basically. So Ed Oliver, gonna save about $9 million to do that. Gotta do it. And then what else we got? Craig, well, we just signed him, so we won't worry about him for a second. James Cook, Morig would free us about $2 million. That probably doesn't do much. So let's see this total contracts. So Ed Oliver, Spencer Brown, free up $6 million, and then Deion Dawkins, we can try that one too, $8 million. So yeah, that should free up enough money to resign everybody. At least I hope. Even Josh Allen's $30 million didn't really help us out low key with how many free agents we had. But Khalil Shakir, yeah, I want to keep him with this roster. I'm not going to lie to you. Although he wants to hit free agency, so maybe we're not going to get him back. Kincaid, I'm just going to go ahead and accept the fifth-year option on. Here, Elam should be somewhat cheap if I had to guess, so I'll just try to keep him. We're so far failing at keeping everybody. Terrell Bernard does actually have interest in coming back, so this shouldn't be a problem. And he will come back. W. Okay. And then AJ Espineza. I'm going to explore maybe some other options there. But yeah, $20 million in cap space. We traded our first round pick. So this is going to be an uphill battle. So I'm definitely glad we got our Super Bowl in the very first season because this was going to be really challenging to try to keep everybody here, but we did as best as we could. I want to see if anybody's development trade has changed. So, wow, Ernest Green is already up to an 81 overall, so that's helpful. So we definitely need a center. We're going to have to rock with Osiris Torrance this year. Cedric Van Pran is just too bad right now to be our center. But losing Khalil Shakir is not an option. I definitely want to get him back. He's probably my main priority, not going to lie to you. Lawson ended up being a superstar dev, and so did Teron Johnson, so that's awesome. Then our D tackle and edge could use some help for sure. So probably going to have to rock with the younger guy at cornerback. Probably won't be able to get Elam back, and then probably going to have to explore the draft for some pass rushers. But let's go try to get Khalil Shakir back. He's kind of important in my opinion, so let's see if we can go get him to sign back, and then we'll try to get another player on top of that. He only has one offer, so that should help us. Ooh, this is going to be all of our money going towards him, though, man, which sucks, but I mean, if we get Shakir back, that'd be pretty important. And wow, Washington's all in on him. So you know what? We're not going to get Khalil Shakir back, so we're going to be rocking with Keon Coleman and DK Metcalf, I guess. Shakir sucks to lose him, man. I didn't really want to, but not much I can really do about it. So we need a center. Josh Metellus is interesting, but Kyle McGovern's here. Might have to draft our center, so let's see if there's a D tackle. There's Deontay Wyatt, who's usually pretty cheap, so, I mean, I guess this isn't too cheap, but still decent enough that we'll go for him. And then, is there any good, like, right ends? Like, Zadarius Smith has no offers, and we don't have enough money for him, though. Never mind. Sam Williams, what about the other side? Not great options here either. So, cornerback, I guess we can look at Rasul Douglas, Darius Slay as a vet. Rasul Douglas has familiarity here, so if he wants to come back, that's fine, too. But yeah, I guess that will be our signing. So we are going to lose Khalil Shakir, unfortunately, which I really hate. Not going to lie to you. That really sucks, man. So Rasul Douglas and Deontay Wyatt, if we get those two, that'd be awesome. And we do. So we're going to have to just try to do our best in the draft. But Washington was all in Khalil Shakir. They were not going to let go. And we don't have money to sign anybody else. So that's going to be all she wrote for this offseason. Lost quite a bit of talent, which is unfortunate. But that is the name of the game when you are paying a lot of money to other players. So going to the draft, we need to find a way to get an edge, and then we need to find a way to get a center if possible, and then maybe another wide receiver if possible. Again, I'm really heartbroken about losing Khalil Shakir. I really wanted to keep him in Buffalo. I think Josh Allen likes him a lot, obviously, but just couldn't get him to come back, unfortunately. So we don't have or we do have a first round pick, actually. Or no, we do. I'm stupid. We traded our first and then our second. We don't have a second round pick in this draft, so having a first round pick will be very helpful. Hopefully get one of those positions I was just kind of talking about, so we'll see if we get that lucky. Let's see what we got on the board. So we have Peyton Bowen, Harbor. We have Derek Adams, Dre Wheeler. We could take a guard and then move somebody to center, which I'm not opposed to doing that if there's not a good center available to us. Jabari, we're not taking a running back, obviously. And then we don't need a D tackle anymore, so Wilkinson. But I think that's going to be the best thing we can do. So Derek Adams out of Alabama. Looks pretty damn good, and what we're going to do is we're going to take him and then move somebody to center. So this will be kind of our offensive line upgrade. Only normal dev, but I still think we need to... he's probably going to be better than what we have. Seattle obviously has our second round pick from the DK Metcalf trade, so we'll go see what we can do in round 3. In round 3, assuming we have... yeah, there we are. So I was about to say, assuming we have a round 3 pick, which I'm pretty sure we do... Let's see, wide receiver or edge is kind of what we're looking at. So we got Eddie Betts or Greg Radley, Whitlock, Brenton Bonds, Deion Curtis, Ramirez, and then Hernandez, Whitfield, and then there's Stephen Callaway here. So Stephen Callaway, D finesse moves, C tackle, speed is solid. Yeah, I don't know. Might have to just rock with the or what about, I mean, Oakman's in front of us here as well. B tackle. Speed is elite. Strength is great. You know, honestly, I might take Philip Oakman here. It says it's a day 3 projection, but I like the speed being elite, and I like some of the skills we're seeing. B impact blocking, B tackle, B play recognition, C power moves. So Philip Oakman is going to be the pick here, and he's number 39 true value, drafted number 96. So not bad. Speed is an 86 overall, so we'll absolutely take it. Probably going to move him down to the end, and that will be probably our draft. I'm going to let the assistant GM take care of the rest. Curtis Samuel is going to have to be a big part of what we do this season. We'll go see what the lineup is looking like for year number 2. Trying to go back to back. So here is your lineup going into season number 2. Josh Allen, James Cook, Ray Davis, DK Metcalf, Curtis Samuel, Keon Coleman, Dalton Kincaid, Spencer Brown, Ernest Green, Adams, Volson, Deion Dawkins. So defensively, this is where things look a little bit better in my opinion. Deontay Lawson, Terrell Bernard, Matt Milano, Trayvon Mulray, Taylor Rapp, Teron Johnson, Christian Benford, Rasul Douglas, Oakman, Oliver, Deontay Wyatt, and Greg Rousseau. And then I'm assuming Curtis Samuel. No, I guess Keon Coleman is going to play slot wide receiver this year, which is interesting. But I guess if that's the best thing for him to do, so he should have a good season in that role. And I guess we'll find out. So I will see you guys at the end of year 2. Obviously, expectation is to make the playoffs again. And hopefully, we're going to go back-to-back and win another Super Bowl. So the same exact record as last year, and it still doesn't get us a bye, unfortunately. But yeah, the Chiefs got it again. So maybe we get to see them in the AFC Championship again. I guess we'll find out. But here are your player stats. So offensively, 3rd in the NFL once again, which is awesome. And then defensively, we were 4th in the NFL. So 35 and 4 from Josh Allen. James Cook with 9 touchdowns, 12 from Josh Allen, 800 yards, 500 yards. DK Metcalf was good. Curtis Samuel was good. And so was Keon Coleman. Kincaid stepped up. So only 4 touchdowns this year for DK. Curtis Samuel stepped up and had 1,000 yards. And then Keon Coleman had 12 touchdowns, which is nice. Sacks-wise, 12.5 from Greg Rousseau, 9.5 from Ed Oliver, 9 again from Deontay Lawson, 2.5 from Oakman, our rookie, and then 2 from Terrell Bernard. 4 interceptions from Benford, 3 from Terrell Bernard, and 3 from Rasul Douglas. So let's go ahead, jump in and play. I think it was the Cleveland Browns of all teams in round 1. So we'll see how that unfolds, and can't wait to see who we're playing or who the quarterback is. Josh Allen versus, you know what? I can't even pretend to know who was the quarterback. So we'll just see if we can beat them. They went 9-8. So obviously if they came in and beat us, that would be the biggest upset pretty much ever. And they're up 14-0. Are we serious right now? What is going on? Who is their quarterback? 21-7. We get, okay, so 21-14. Okay, go score and tie the game, please. We're not losing in round 1, right? Okay, I don't know what's going on, but I'm not okay with it. Whatever's happening needs to stop. Whoever the quarterback is, I don't know who they are, but need to calm down. 24-14, and I don't like what our defense has done so far. But we're going to try to go score very quickly here. That is why we're pulling out the good old tight end attack. And one player we have is Mr. Ooh, that might be... I was just like, you know what? We're going to take the DK Metcalf one-on-one. I don't care who is guarding him. But yeah, I'm a little disappointed by our performance so far. They went up like 21-0 very quickly. And now we find ourselves in this position. So don't know what happened. I don't care to know what happened, but I just know it needs to change. So we got Atkinson. I don't even know how I saw that. We're going to get caught, though, from behind. So, oh, Josh has thrown 2 picks, man. What are we doing, Josh Allen? What are we doing right now, man? We got to be better than that. We got to be better than that. So he is activated, though, so that's important, but it's just obviously bazooka. That doesn't really help us right now, honestly. So I'm just going to... I could have maybe thrown that to B, but we'll just scramble that out of bounds. 2nd and 3. All right, let's try to get this in the end zone. Quick slant is what I'm gonna rock with. I could throw DK on a go route as well, just kind of see if he could win a one-on-one battle. Actually, I don't like any of this. Ooh, we're going to the 4th quarter. I wasn't even paying attention to the clock, but yeah, very disappointed. 24-14 is not what I had in mind in this wild card round. I thought we were gonna. Why are we running the ball? We're not running the ball. That doesn't make any sense. Okay, we gotta score quickly, and we gotta get our defense get a freaking stop. All right, let's see if we can't get this in the end zone. We have RB, but he's going to be tackled short of the goal line. Now we're on the 2-yard line. All right, let's try that again. I can even scramble this in with Josh Allen maybe if needed, but hopefully we can just hit somebody. RB again. So Keon Coleman's going to score for us. Defense, just go give me a stop, please. And they do. All right, go score on offense, please. There we go, 24-28. And we win. So that was a little sweatier than it needed to be, but we get the job done. It was Quinn Ewers. Quinn Ewers was giving us those problems. But at the end of the day, a win is a win. And we'll be moving on to the divisional round. So now that we escaped wildcard weekend with a W, we get to play Bo Nix and the Broncos. So let's see if we can't take care of business in this one. Last week was way too close for comfort. And so far it's 0-0. Neither team has scored so far. Wow. Both defenses playing well. We will draw first blood with a field goal. The Broncos respond to the field goal. We get an nope, just a 4th down stop, it looks like. And finally draw the first touchdown of the game, but the Broncos will respond with theirs. It's 10-10. A minute 24 left on the clock, so all we need to do is get in field goal range and we can win this game. So let's go ahead and try to do that because, you know, both games, Cleveland, Denver, both games have been really close for whatever reason. But they might leave DK on an island here one-on-one. Yeah, I'm gonna go to him. DK, come down with this. Come on, man. It's Rally Moss guarding you, bro. What are we doing? You can't come down with that? I don't get that at all. Whatever. It is what it is. Not much we can do about it. It's fine. All right. I'm going to go to stick here to try to get some yards here. We're not going to just continue to throw it downfield. I'm going to take Kincaid underneath. Going to just get us a few yards, nothing crazy, but it's a drive starter, I guess. All right. I'm going to be looking for James Cook to get some yards here. We have this funky route with Keon Coleman as well, but we also just have a scramble opportunity to the right side. So let's just take that, and we're going to barely not get the first down, but I'm not going to punt. You got me. Yeah, it's not going to happen. We're going to QB run this, so let's do that. And let's just, yeah, QB zone this. I mean, obviously, we have Josh Allen for a reason, so let's just go get this first down. I could just QB sneak this, but I believe in Josh Allen to get us 1 yard, which he does. All right, so we'll call our second timeout of the game. So we got the first down, and now it's time to get this in field goal range. So DK and press coverage, love that. If that safety does not come help, he is insane. And DK is doing exactly what I thought he would do. As long as this is a good ball, that gets us in field goal range. And I'm just going to get tackled here so the Broncos start using their timeouts. Okay, so we could have obviously housed that, but I'm looking to just win this in walk-off fashion. I don't want to give the Bills or the Broncos the opportunity to tie the game. So let's make them use that last timeout. And let's just, you know, it doesn't even matter how many yards we get. We're going to be able to kick a field goal. So the Broncos are going to actually ice me, it looks like, unfortunately. So that's fine. If they want to do that, I'm going to call the last timeout. 5 seconds left. So yeah, Denver wants to ice me. That's fine. I'm not even really worried about that. So it looks like they're not going to, or there it is. I'm about to say, are they not going to call a timeout? A little surprised by that. Okay, well, 5 seconds left. Just got to kick a field goal with the ice happening. So let's do it. And we should be good right there, I think. And that should be good. And yeah, we're going to the AFC Championship, assuming they don't score in 2 seconds. If they do, GG's, I guess. And no, they don't. So just like that, we're on to the AFC Championship in back-to-back years. We'll go see if it's the Kansas City Chiefs again or not. So it is the Chiefs again in the AFC Championship. So if this were to occur in real life, that'd be 3 of the same AFC Championships in a row, which would be very interesting. We beat them last year finally. Can we do it back-to-back times? Obviously, we got an interception to start the game. I would say we beat them pretty bad last year. So I'm assuming they're trying for some revenge here. But we're up 14-0, and we get another interception. I don't know what Mahomes is doing, but it looks like we're about to go back-to-back Super Bowls, which is going to be beautiful. 28-0, another interception. I don't know what Mahomes does when we get to this point. He definitely doesn't do this in real life, but in Madden, he just doesn't even try in the AFC Championship game, I guess. I don't know why. We're going to the Super Bowl again. We'll see if we can go back-to-back. Got back-to-back AFC Championships and back-to-back Super Bowl appearances, so we'll see if we can't do it in the Super Bowl. And I also love how we struggled against the Browns and the Broncos, but we just whooped the Chiefs after going 15-2. That's pretty interesting. All right, well, it is the same Super Bowl as last year as well. Philadelphia Eagles again. So same playoff matchups the last 2 times here. So we'll see if we can't get a win on the Eagles. They're going to go up 3-0. And let's see. We cannot score. Oh, they got a safety on us. Now they're up 12-0. Very bizarre score so far. We needed a touchdown. And we're down. Oh, guys, I don't think we're going back-to-back, unfortunately. Unless if we score here, which we do. But no. So back-to-back is not in the cards, but we did make it to back-to-back Super Bowls. Unfortunately, the Eagles are going to win this time around. So that is how this video is going to end. So a 3P is not in the cards, unfortunately. Back-to-back was not in the cards, but we still got 1, and we've still beaten the Chiefs twice. That's an accomplishment in itself. So thank you all for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'll see y'all in the next video. We can finally recircle back to the teams that didn't make the playoffs. So I think we still have the Raiders to do, and obviously teams after that as well. A lot more offseason rebuilds left to do. I'll see you when we get to that Raiders one. I think that's next. But other than that, guys, this is Crushables. I'm saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.